And welcome back. What is this, Ken? Episode 10? Episode 11?
10, I think.
Episode 10 of the Braves Hip Coil. Today, this is the hitters meeting. Once again, we're doing the preview between the Braves and the Cubs. We're going to review our pick the clicks in a little bit, but Ken, how the heck are you doing, buddy?
The Dodgers. I'm doing great.
100%. I think we should have swept them, but you know what? 2 out of 3 is not too bad either. I cannot complain on that. So let's do a little review. Ken absolutely nailed his pick to click. He had Michael Harris II, who went 6 for 13, and he drove in 1 run. I had Matty O. He went 3 for 13 with 3 RBIs, and he hit a tank. So not too bad for Matty O, but really good for Michael Harris II. Any thoughts on the Dodgers series before we move forward, Ken?
Pretty well. It's a top-notch opponent. They kind of took game one, the one game we didn't hit. But the other 2 games, we followed the game plan, as you pointed out, pretty good. We didn't talk about Snell, but everybody knows about Snell. Get him deep in the pitch count. We did that. And I just want to thank Michael for the extra hit with a little bunt money. I appreciate you. When I got you for pick to click, do everything you can to get as many hits as I can. Thank you, Money.
All right, so we're going to dive on into the Chicago Cubs series. That's going to start on Tuesday night. So look, before we go ahead and put this out there, this is me and Ken have no idea how they're lining up their starting pitchers. We have an idea. It's going to be Imanaga, it's going to be Ben Brown, and it's probably going to be Colin Ray. We don't know what order they're going to go in, so we're just going to start with that order because why not? So we're going to start off with Shota Imanaga. Can talk to me about Shota.
Shota's an interesting pitcher. He's not going to overpower you with a fastball other than the fact he throws all this other stuff up there at you. He can get up on you a little bit. He is a lot of typical Japanese kind of Asian pitchers. He kind of moves around, gives you different arm angles, and he comes from a different spot. Normally he throws strikes, so we just got to get him in the zone and hit it. There's a little deception. Is that typical Asian kind of deception, which works? And so I think that may be why his fastball gets up on people a little bit. But his off speed is what makes him tough. He's got really good off speed, and we'll have to really get him in the zone to hit because you can't hit his off speed out of the zone, Ryan.
It's going to be tough if you're going to chase him out of the zone. There's going to be no doubt about that. So what we're going to do real quick is we're going to go into his repertoire a little bit. So he has a fastball, a sweeper, a split, a curveball, and he does have a little bit of a sinker. His fastball averages around 92 miles an hour. So the right-handed hitters are going to see the fastball split pretty exclusively. Left-handed hitters are going to see the fastball sweeper mainly with the occasional split here and there and this occasional sinker that, will back them off the plate here and there as well. Right-handed hitters, your guys are going to need to hunt the fastball split window. Anything that starts below the high thigh, let it go. He is going to pound the fastball at the top of the zone, and he's going to play the split off of that tunnel in order to get you to expand. But his split doesn't have crazy drop. If you maintain your discipline and only swing at the stuff that starts at the high thigh to belly button high region, you will have a lot of success off of him. You want to hunt the middle to the outside corner, but if you see a mistake turn and burn on it. I want to emphasize that doesn't mean to solely sit away. I want my hitters to have the direction to the opposite field. So right center field for righties, left center field for the lefties. But especially against a pitcher who doesn't pitch inside much, you will still be able to recognize a mistake inside and make an adjustment to be able to pull it because he does not have the elite velocity. Left-handed hitters. You need to hunt the fastball sweeper window. He is going to pound, again, the top of the zone on the outside part of the plate with a fastball in order to set up the sweeper tunnel. You want the ball to start belt high and no lower. The reason why is because his sweeper has a lot of break. It can start in off the plate to a left-handed hitter, belt high, and break down and away into the dirt. The only spin I want my left-handed hitters to swing at is the ball that pops out of the hand that starts basically at their shoulder. That will break over the heart of the plate and belt tie it, and it's going to be a cookie. So you want the ball to pop out. It's going to It's going to flatten out. It's going to drop right into the top of the zone, bell tie, and that's the one that you can absolutely pulverize into the bleachers. Otherwise, if you see it starting in the middle of the plate and it starts breaking away, just take it because it's not going to be a strike. Ken, that's what I got on Mr. Shota Imanaga. Do you have anything else?
I think it's a really good scouting report because when you're a right-handed batter, he keeps throwing here and he wants you to do this. And then a lot of his call strike threes is a right-handed batter doing this. And then they get this because they leaned over the plate and he gets them inside with a fastball. So I love the fact that just kind of stay balanced there and realize you got to hit the ball. Left-handers, every time I watch a video of him, it's away, away, away. So I think you hit it on that too. So our left-handed hitters just go with the pitch, hit the ball middle of backside, and which we've been doing a really good job. Drake's home run today off of Wavleski, kind of a funky pitcher too, was to left center. So, and then Matt Olson, as Ryan talks about, they can't beat you inside, and Matt proved that too. He tried to throw a 92-mile-an-hour sinker, and he hit it right out of the ballpark. So, kind of the same approach we had against Wavleski. It's a little bit better stuff than Justin has, but same kind of approach I think will be fine.
I 100% agree with you. So, the next pitcher that we're going to talk about, Ken, is Mr. Ben Brown. What do you have on Mr. Ben Brown?
He's their Martin Perez. He has saved their season. He has thrown the ball very well. He's going to come, he's got a fastball. Thing with Ben, if you notice in that video, it's here. So you don't get this a lot from people. So pick the ball up out of his hand as soon as you can. And just, I don't know how you broke it down here, Ryan. I'm interested to see, but I'm spitting on anything that I see mid-thigh going down. I'm going to take the pitch, and if he can dot it on the bottom of the zone, because the more I can get him up, the more I can hit him, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's a pretty good solid approach right there, Ken. So let's go ahead and a little bit into his repertoire a little bit. He's got the fastball, he's got a sinker, he's got a curve, and he's got the changeup that you guys saw a lot of left-handers swing at in the dirt there. So right-handed hitters are going to primarily see sinkers and curveballs with the occasional four-seam. Left-handed hitters are going to see the four-seam and curveball with an occasional changeup. So my plan for the right-handed hitters, hunt the sinker. He is going to try to pound the sinker in on you to open up the curveball tunnel down and away. You want the ball to start belly button to high thigh and on the outside part of the plate to the middle part of the plate. The only spin that you should even think about swinging is the hanger that pops out of the hand until you get to two strikes. Do not offer anything that starts below the high thigh because that is when he's going to get you to expand on the breaking ball and the changeup if he wants to throw that as well. Left-handed hitters hunt the fastball. You want to see the ball up to end the top of the zone and from the outside corner to the inner third of the plate. Again, you should not swing at any spin unless it pops out of the hand and starts above the zone, aka the hanger, until you get to two strikes. Ken, that is what I got on Mr. Ben Brown. So exactly what you said. Anything that starts below the high thigh, you let it go. You want to see the ball up around the belt. If not, maybe a little bit higher, but belt high, let it fly. If it's anything below that right now, I let it go until I get two strikes.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's spot on. I've got a question for you is that arm, when I always like to hear hitters talk about this, when you're seeing this instead of this coming here and you got this coming here, what do you do with that? Because you got a different point you're picking up the pitch out of their hand. So how do you approach that?
Yeah, so when the ball comes out of the hand like that, it gets on you quick, and it feels like you don't have a whole lot of time to react because you're seeing it a little bit quicker because it's coming just from here over to the plate. You're not getting the good look from the wide margin, right? So I think you just got to really slow yourself down in the box and really just lock into it. Don't get sped up because it looks faster than what it is. You really just got to sit back and you got to see the ball deep into the strike zone and really think driving the ball the other way. And again, stick to your approach. You want to see the ball up. If you see anything low, I think that's really going to help a lot of guys out with their, getting a little bit anxious in the box because it's going to look like it's getting on you quicker because it's just bam coming right from that slot. So I try not as a hitter to worry about that too much. I just want to see the ball out of the hand as soon as I can. And with my approach, I'm going to try to lock that in as best I can. So I try not to let any of that really get to me as a hitter because the more of those things you let in your head as a hitter, you're already getting defeated in the box, in my opinion. You got to eliminate that stuff, and you just got to think, okay, see ball where I want it. Here's my approach. This is what I want to do. This is how I'm going to execute it, and just let everything else go.
Yeah, it sounds like to me maybe he gets you the first time to the line, but once you see it and pick it up, you should be able to hit him. Correct?
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's a lot of these guys that the Braves haven't seen early. I mean, you're gonna have a tough time reading them first time around just because you haven't seen them much. Even guys like that have been around the league, but you've only seen them a handful of times. If you know, sometimes you just got to see the arm angle one time or see how the ball comes out of the hand before you can really get a grip on it. So he might get us first time through the lineup, guys, but I would expect these boys to really lock in their approach second time through the lineup, and that's normally when we start doing some damage. Ken, you got anything else?
I think it's spot on.
Okay. All right, the last starter that we think that we're going to get in this series is going to be Mr. Colin Ray. Ken, talk to me about Mr. Colin Ray.
Y'all know he comes through the Milwaukee Brewers pitching, so you're going to get the kitchen sink from Colin. He's going to throw backwards a little bit. He's going to throw the off speed and hitters counts. He's going to throw the fastball and batters counts. I think he's just somebody that you sit hard because most of the stuff's going to be pretty hard, and then adjust his off speed. He just reminds me just of I think he's like an average major league pitcher, a little bit. And the fact of the matter is normally we hit these guys. That would be in the line of he just went out of my head. The pitcher we saw in Miller in Seattle, kind of the same kind of deal. We had the same approach. We took him, I think, for 4 home runs. We hit the ball how many times over 100 miles an hour? It was ridiculous.
Oh,
So I think
Gilbert. Logan
yeah.
Gilbert.
Oh, Logan Gilbert, that's the guy. Logan Gilbert and old man disease there. So if we have the same approach against Ray, I think we'll be in good shape because it's going to be almost the exact stuff coming at us.
All right. Let's dive on into Mr. Collins Ray's repertoire. He's got a fastball, he's got a split, he's got a sinker, he's got a cutter, he's got a curveball, he's got a slider, and he has a sweeper. My God, at the kitchen sink that is. Right-handed hitters, you are going to see the combination of a fastball, sinker, and of course the sweeper and slider. Left-handed hitters, you're going to get the fastball, cutter, split, and a little bit of a curveball. So, here's what I got for my right-handed hitters. You're going to hunt the fastball slider window. The sinker is mainly going to be for show, and it's going to keep you honest on the inside part of the plate. What he is trying to do is pound the fastball at the top of the zone on the outer part of the plate in order to tunnel the slider and sweeper off of that. In order for you to chase it, you want the ball to start belly button high to high thigh high and inner third to outer third of the plate. Anything that starts lower needs to be an auto take, and anything starting on the outside corner needs to be taken until you get to 2 strikes. Left-handed hitters, hunt the fastball split window. He is going to attack the outside part of the plate with both pitches. He will try a slider and cutter inside to keep you honest and maybe as a chase pitch here and there, but 70% of your pitches are going to be on the outer part of the zone. You want the ball to start belly button high to your high thigh and from the inner third to the outer third of the plate. Make him paint the fastball at the knees before you even think about expanding your zone lower. You want to attack the pitches up in the zone and hunt those. Anything with spin, take it unless it pops out of the hand as a hanger until you get to 2 strikes. So again, this is going to be a guy that you need to get up in the zone. He's got pretty good off speed, and he's going to try to get you to chase below the zone or off the plate if you're a right-handed hitter. So what you got to do is you got to rein him in back into the zone. Once you get the fastball in the zone, you got to attack it. If you see any spin that starts on the outside part of the plate, let it go and hit the hangers, Ken. That's what I got on Mr. Colin Ray.
Us against him. I like him as a pitcher, but I like how we hit Logan. I like how we hit Aaron Nola. I could keep going through names we've had this season. It's that basically what a 3-starter, 4-starter is in the major leagues. And no offense to who that guy is on our team, but if I'm going into a series, that's the guy I think I can pick on. And I think the Braves can do that. I'm talking to you, Austin Riley. I think Austin Riley can hit this guy. So I like the approach.
All right, those are the starters. So Imanaga, Ben Brown, Colin Ray. Now, again, we don't know what order they're going in, so those are the starters. We're not saying game one or anything. Those are the guys that we're lining up against, so keep that in mind. We're moving on to the bullpen, and Ken, this little crafty lefty has a funky rear end delivery. I really remember him from his Milwaukee Brewer days. His name is Hobie Milner. Talk to me about Mr. Milner, Ken.
The reason I mentioned Colin coming through Milwaukee is the same approach. They pitch backwards, and you got to be ready for that. It's funky. If anybody remembers, this is the guy that, unless it was Hader, this is the guy that the Brewers wanted to pitch against our left-handed pitchers, so hitters. I think with him, you may think it different, but I'm going to try to think away because he uses the changeup a lot to the right-handers, and he throws this unbelievable sweeper to the left-handers. If he can dot that pitch on the inside, now the 2 strikes, you got to look the other way. But if you can look away on him, I think he's hittable a little bit. He's not going to knock the bat out of your hands, but I just think if you have this backside approach against him, he can be hit.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Look, he's not gonna blow the doors off you by any means, right? He throws 88 miles an hour. That's no disrespect to Milner. He's been a very good major league pitcher with what God has given him, and he's figured a lot of things out. So, with that being said, he's got a sinker, he's got a sweeper, he's got a four seam that he rarely uses, and he has a changeup. Right-handers are going to primarily see the sinker changeup. Lefties are going to primarily see the sinker sweeper. I don't think that surprises anybody. So the right-handers, you got to hunt the sinker changeup window. He's going to try to pound the bottom outside corner with the sinker and get you to expand with the changeup. You want the ball to start inner third to outer third, and you want it to start at the belt to mid-thigh. Do not expand to the outside corner until you get to 2 strikes, and do not chase anything lower than that because it's going to be a sinker or a changeup. So you want the ball up in the zone. You don't want to go chasing below the zone. So make sure you get belt tie to even high thigh. And anything else, let it go because you don't need to be rolling over on anything, and you're really going to have to stay right center field. You're going to have to really pound that into your head, and you're really going to have your direction going to right center field. Austin Riley, I'm looking at you. Left-handed hitters, hunt the sinker and nothing else, please, for the love of God. Anything that starts middle of the plate away and starts breaking away from you, auto take because it's going to be a ball. You want the sinker to start outer third to inner third and belly button high to high thigh. The only spin that you should even think about swinging at is the one that pops out of the hand and that starts right at you. And when I mean right at you, it's going to look like it's going to hit you on the backside of your back, and it's going to break into the middle part of the plate and up. That's the one that you want to hit. Ken, do you have anything else on Mr. Milner?
I like him. He's tough, but I think we can hit him. And like I said, if you look away and hit the ball the other way, I think you can hit him.
100%. But this guy's a little bit different than Mr. Milner here, Ken. Daniel Palencia. Talk to me about this young man.
It's going to come hard. He throws gas. He's over 100 miles an hour. He wants to throw it here, and he gets people to swing at it a lot. I think right there, Jackson is looking up in the zone. I think he's a guy you want to get down in the zone a little bit. There's another pitch. I think that was Naylor there. I mean, you can't hit that pitch. So might as well just look down and try to hit this fastball low in the zone because then when he does throw you the split or this slider, then you can maybe put it into play. That's how I look at Daniel.
Yeah, in my opinion, Ken, you're going to have a hard road ahead of you if you're going to try to sit here and hit the 100-mile-an-hour fastball up in the strike zone. There's just absolutely no shot. So, fastball, slider, split is what this guy throws, and his fastball is elite. It touches 100 miles an hour, and it has really good carry through the zone, but it also runs into the right-handed hitters and cuts away from the left-handed hitters. The slider has the tendency to back up on him a little bit, but when he throws it really well, it looks just like his fastball, and it's got quick, late break. His split has okay depth and run, but again, it looks just like the fastball, which is why it plays so well. He's got very good deception with that pitch. So, my approach for both right-handers and left-handed hitters, hunt the heater in the zone. He has a tendency to overthrow the fastball above the zone, so make sure you keep him in the zone. For right-handed hitters, you want the ball to start For me, on the outside corner to middle of the plate, anything starting inside, you just got to take it because it's probably going to run in on you inside. Left-handed hitters, you want the fastball to start inside corner to the middle part of the plate. Again, the pitch is going to be running away from you because his fastball has a tendency to run that way. Swing at nothing above the belt. For me, I'd be hunting the bottom third of the zone because it is hard to hit 100 miles an hour at the top of the zone. So you're really looking, high thigh to mid thigh, maybe belt area. And if you see his slider, if you see his split, you're just going to try to have to make an adjustment on that. But he throws 70% fastballs. He is very proud of his fastball. You're just going to have to catch one that's in the zone, and you cannot chase anything above the zone because that's where you can get in trouble with him. Ken, what else you got on Mr. Palencia?
That's spot on. The only three guys that I think in our lineup can actually hit him up in the zone are Olson, Harris, and Smith. But I'd rather them just look down in the zone and adjust, especially with two strikes. I think it's spot on. He's a tough ride. So we say this a lot with a lot of the closers. Now, we gave you closers that we could beat, and we have beat them. We've come back on them. But this is one. Let's just try to have the lead all three games because he's going to be a tough ride if he comes in to close the game in the ninth.
Yeah, that dude's absolutely nasty. 102 at the top shelf is not anything to play with, especially with his off speed. So it's going to be a tough ride in the ninth inning if we got to face him. We got picks to click, buddy. Who is going to be your pick to click?
I teased it. It's Dom Smith. I think Dom is got a chance to have a good series. He gets two right-handed starters, should be in the lineup, and I like him against Imanaga, hitting the ball the other way. I don't know if you noticed my eyes, and his eyes are going down because as we're taping this, we're getting some news that maybe Murphy and Eli might be banged up. We'll find out Tuesday. So if Murphy's banged up, maybe Smith will play all three games. If he does, I think he can have a big series. And I think he may hit one into the chop house. So I'm going to go Dom Smith.
I like it. I always love big Dom Smith moments, okay? I'm going to go, and I know, Chad, I've picked him a lot. I really like the way he's swinging the bat, especially in the Dodger series. He looked really good. His takes were good. His swings were good. His approach is dang almost there. I just want him to go right center field a little bit more, but I'm going big, thick Austin Riley. I think a lot of these pitchers in this series favor him. I don't think Imanaga can do anything throw him anything that he can't handle. I don't think Ben Brown's got anything for him. I don't think Colin Ray's got anything for him. So I really think Austin Riley can have a good series. That is why I'm going with Big Thick. But again, there's a lot of guys who can have a good series. So we'll just see how it plays out. But Ken, before we get out of here, do you have any more final thoughts?
I like the way the team's swinging the bat. And to their point in their press conference today, or it may have been Drake that talked about it on the field, they've had a few times where last few games they ran into great pitching in Seattle, and that's the first thing. And the Dodgers bullpen for some reason had their night. They pitched well, but other than that, our offense is really good. And the Cubs struggle a little bit on the road, so I'm looking for a good series. And I've already said on the other podcast, I think we're going to sweep the Cubs. I'm stepping out on a limb.
I like it. I would absolutely love a sweep. I got to give my boys credit. I love hitters, and I love when hitters are doing well. They've been having a really good approach at the plate for, I would say, 90% of the games. Game one, the Dodgers didn't have a great approach, and Dubon kind of owned up to that. And he said, we played like crap, and we didn't execute. That's not going to happen anymore. And he came back, and he backed it up the next two games. So hats off to Doobie for that. I absolutely love that energy, and we need to sign him to an extension. But other than that, kudos to the offense for absolutely going out there and battling every single night. They're having great approaches. They're executing their game plans more times than not. And for anybody that continues to harp on the few guys who are struggling, please just shut the F up with it already. We're tired of hearing it. You're always going to have somebody struggling over a course of 162 games. There's 162 baseball games these guys got to play. They're going to struggle as hitters at some point. Matt Olson's going to go through it. Ozzy Albies is going to go through it. Drake Baldwin's going through it right now a little bit. Okay? But get off the guys. All right? They're trying. They care way more than you do. I promise you. All right? And they're figuring it out slowly. So, and they're still the best team in Major League Baseball. So quit nitpicking them already. It's not 2025. It's not 2024. It's 2026. And this is the best team in Major League Baseball. So please just freaking enjoy it one time. And with that being said, I love you guys. We appreciate your love and support all the time. Please comment, like the video if you do. Let us know what you want to see. We are always wanting to get better at this, so if there's something you guys want to see more of, let us know. If you have any questions that we don't answer in the pod, please let us know, and we will add them to it, all right? We want to get better at this for you guys. We want to continue to provide really good stuff for you guys, really good content, so please let us know what we can do better. And with that being said, we're out of here.
You know what, boys? You guys are going to be world champions for the rest of your life.